I'm Steve Goen from Bartlett Tree Experts.
And I'm John Studdy, and we're here today at the Rodin Museum where we take care of a lot of the trees and shrubs to show you today how to take care of your trees and shrubs at home. There's three main things you want to remember. Number one, think about the roots in the soil. Healthy roots make a healthy tree.
Number two, make sure that you inspect your trees for any kind of problems that might be developing.
And number three, call a professional if you need to and if you have a question. Bartlett Tree Experts will come out to your property and do a free consultation. Don't wait. If you're concerned, make the call today. All right, so we're here at the Rodin today. They have a lot of nice plants, a lot of different things, new transplants, mature trees, where we can look at a lot of different things for you.
Trees get a lot of different things from the soil. They get water, nutrients, they need stability. The roots need to hold into the soil to keep the tree upright. Then it also needs to have gas exchange, pore space in the soil in order to keep them happy and healthy.
What's below ground is really important for the trees. If the roots are healthy, then you're gonna have a healthy tree up above.
Boy, the roots usually go about 18 inches down. And so when we went through, we found about 6 inches of good soil at first, and then started hit compacted clay and gravel. Those roots that are down deep are challenged because of that subsoil.
This is just rock. You can look at the soil and make a guess about how many nutrients are in there, but you don't really know. So you need to get a soil sample. You can call us at Bartlett, or you can go to your state cooperative extension a lot of times. You get a soil sample, fill up the bag, send it in, and they'll tell you what kind of nutrients you have in your soil. They'll check the pH, all the soil chemistry you need for a healthy plant. So I've excavated out this area here to show you some of the problems you'll have a lot with a new transplant. You can see on the big trees over here how the trunk comes down and it flares out at the bottom. That nice flare. Well, this tree, I saw it and went straight into the ground. Looked like a phone pole. So I dug down and I found the flare in here about 4 or 5 inches deep. So this flare area, you need to have this exposed. You want to have that open to the air, and it'll make a much healthier plant. Sometimes you might have girdling roots that'll grow around and they'll strangle those main buttress roots.
This tree was living in this spot for a couple years with a buried root collar. It started to react to that root collar by some branches dying out, and now we're starting to see little cankers on the stem. These cankers are a sign of stress caused by that buried root collar. So we came in and used a tool called an air spade to aerate the soil in this area, and it's really made a big difference in how the soil is now not compacted. It's able to absorb water, and now the roots are going to grow in a much greater density, feeding the tree even better. Looking at a tree, you might want to inspect the stem and branches for any signs of weeping or little sawdust coming out, checking the leaves and the foliage for any spots or abnormal coloration. That'll lead to maybe helping to diagnose insect or disease problem that could be impacting the tree.
So here we have a mature tree with our trunk flare. A lot of problems as homeowners. You're going to get damage to these main roots here. You can see this wound along here, big wound here, big wound here. So keep the mowers off your tree roots and the main flare. If you have mulch, then you won't have to go in there at all.
Because of this spot that the pears are growing in, they're under a lot of stress, and they've been subject to some insect infestations. Something that we can do organically to help reduce the insect infestation is release beneficial mites that'll combat the blister mites that are currently feeding on the trees.
So Steve is shaking those mites out onto the leaves, and they'll go out and they'll eat the mites that are eating the leaves of the plant.
In closing, we're arborists from Bartlett Tree Experts, and we just want to remind you about the three main things for taking care of your trees.
Number one, think about the soil, think about the roots. Healthy roots give you a healthy tree up top.
Number two, make sure you inspect your tree for any kind of insect or disease problems that might be coming up.
And number three, call a professional like us at Bartlett Tree Experts. If you have a question, don't wait too long.
Keep thinking about your trees, and you can find us at bartlett.com.
go check out those magnolias again.